Hi everybody, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching today. So I'm going to show you how to put together my swinging chair ride card. Bit of a mouthful. These are really fun to make. Thoroughly enjoyed putting together all of the fun at the fair cards that I've made. So if you've just tuned in, you're new to my channel, I'm going to show you this one today, but I've also got the swinging chair and I have the Ferris wheel as well, and I will link them in this tutorial so you can check those out if you like this kind of thing. These cards fold flat, so they've got the base there. You can see how that works. And then this just slides up inside. It's like a little bit of a spring. So it will fold flat. It will all go into your envelope. And then it kind of springs open anyway. And then you just kind of put down the slide down the side, should I say. And it will open that up. And you can see it stands really nicely. And then on the back there, you've got space to be able to write your message. You can stamp, you know, customize this, personalize it, whatever you want to do. These look great with numbers on them as well for someone's birthday. And this one says, roll up, let's celebrate. And you can see the 4 little critters there. There are 8 in total, but I've used 4 on this one. You'll see the other 4 in the card I'm going to show you in a moment. I've added the balloons there as well. So let me show you how to make it. So this is the chair swing mechanism that I'm going to be using. So I'll tell you all the dies and how many to cut in a moment. Then I'm using the Fun at the Fair. This is the little critters and you've got the dies to cut them out there. Even the little popcorn and the hot dogs. You can see the stamps, so they're really sweet. And then I'm also using a sentiment from here and the balloons. You've got tickets, you've got candy floss, you've got candy apples, ice cream, you've got stars there that you can stamp and decorate, little signs, and you'll see those in future tutorials that I'll be sharing. So you've got this die here, and this is the top of the ride, the roof, and I've cut 4 altogether, 2 for the front, 2 for the back, and I've just stuck it together using Calcott glue so it's nice and strong. If you're already using like a 300 GSM cardstock, then you might find that that's strong enough, but the cardstock I've been using is more around 200, 220, so I've just layered it up just to add that strength. So 2 or 4 of this one here, and I've die cut it in the green, but then I've also gone ahead, this is actually going to go on the back, this is the one for the front. I've also die cut it again, just mainly this section here in yellow, and I just cut around it, and then I die cut again in red, and I've just cut those pieces out and just paper pieced it all back together just so you've got some detail there. So I've already got all that ready. You then also want to cut 2 of this one for the front, 1 for the back. I mean, you might not want it on the back, but I just think it's nice. It just visually looks good as well when someone is kind of inspecting your card and looking on both sides. So 2 of those, and then I also cut them again in another colour and just cut up all of these lines and then just stuck them over the top. So I've stuck the yellow onto a strip of red there. So what's going to happen, you're going to stick it behind there. I'll show you that in a moment, but that's the effect you're going to have. So like I said, that one's on the back. This one's going to go on the front with that piece hanging down, so you can start to see how that all looks. Okay, then you want to cut yourself, I've done 8 of the swing. Now I'll talk you through how you can double it up, and I'm just going to do the single, you know, with the 4 swings. But I have 1 swing, then I pop the critter in there, and then I put another swing behind it, so the critter's sandwiched in between. So again, no matter which way you look at it, it looks nice and neat. I mean, it's entirely up to you. If you want to just keep it and you see the back of the critter, that's fine, there's no problem with that. But I just want to show you, you know, how to kind of finish it if you do want to do that way. So 8 of those if you're just doing the single. Obviously you'll need double again if you're going to do the 2 rows of the swings. Then I've die cut again 2 of these purely because it's a lighter weight cardstock. If yours is a 300 GSM or plus, then you know 1 will probably be enough, but it's this die here, and this is the center stand, and it'll be this way up. So I've done red I'm going to have for the front, and then I've got this yellow one which I'm going to stick on the back, and these top little tabs, there's a score line along the top there. You just want to fold those both out, and you're going to stick those together with these little wings at the top, and that's how we're going to attach the roof. You also get this matte layer die, so I've already gone ahead and cut the yellow there and stuck it on top. If you want to do one on the back, you can. I've got mine in red here, and that's going to go in there. And you've got a line down here, so you know where to stick it, and you get that nice border all the way around. And then this is the base, so you'll want to die cut 2 of these. So I've got 1 there in the yellow, and then there's my 1 for the back, and then this is your matte layer, and I've done for the back one, I've done it in white, so I've got a place to write my message, and on the front I've die cut it in red. If you've got pattern paper that you want to use, obviously use that. And then you just want to fold all of the score lines so they're mounting folds. So the top one there, the bottom one, so you've got something like that. There's my other one. They're going to go like this, and then they're going to be stuck against the middle piece there. You kind of see how that's all going to work, and that's what's going to allow it to fold flat as well. And then if you're going to do double, like I said, I'm going to stick 2 on, but I'm not going to hang double the amount of swings, but I will show you how to do it. And that's this die here, and I've just die cut 2 there. Like I said, if you're just doing the single layer, then you only need the 1. I recommend die cutting 2 and sticking them on top of each other. Different people are going to have different brads, split pins that they use, and this is just going to help if you feel that you're not getting a good swing with it. So if you run that through once, stick them all on top, there's enough for just a single row. But again, if you want to have double, then you just need to run it through again. But that's those. And then I've just gone ahead and stamped my sentiment, which is the wishing you fun times on your birthday. And then I've just cut a circle in the yellow there, and that's going to go on the top of the roof. So first of all, I'm just going to stick this piece here to the top here. Now, when you stick it down, you want to make sure that this is covered, and it will just hide behind, you'll see there, like so. And just make sure it's straight. Like so. And you'll see now they're going to go back to back. They will perfectly mirror each other. Okay, next you want to get 4 of your swings and your critters that you want to use. So I'm going to use the rabbit on this one, the reindeer, the pig, and the cockerel there. So I'm going to use those ones. I'm also going to grab the balloons there as well. And you just want to pop a little bit of glue onto the front of them. I like to just curve their hands out and then just pop them in, and they just sit above the basket there. And again, just curve out the hands just so they kind of sit over the basket, like so. Okay, next you want to grab the other 4 baskets, and you're now going to just stick them onto the back. So I'm just going to flip that one over. You'll see they just sit perfectly over the top, but it just kind of tidies that up now from the back. So I'm going to get those all stuck down. So they're now drying, they're all stuck down. Then I've got my brads. These are the 5mm brads, and you want to grab one of these ones here. So get one of your baskets, pop your brad through there, and then pop it through here, and then pop the washer. And then I like to use my poker tool just to kind of open up the brad there, and then use it to fold it over. And you'll see that it just keeps it lifted, and that's just going to ensure again that you get a really nice swing. Again, grab the brad, and let's do the pig, pop it through there, through this piece. Now you could, if you want to really layer them up, there's no harm in adding another hole there as well. A really packed ride full of critters. I think that would look quite cool. So again, there you can see now how nicely they swing. So I'm just going to pop these 2 down. So they're all in place. So if you're going to do double, you want to do the same with your other baskets on this piece. Okay, then I'm going to grab these ones next. Okay, and I'm going to just attach, that's the one there, so I want to put this one on there. You might have stamped on these. You can stamp, your sentiment. You might want to have your happy birthday or something on there, or the age of the person. Then you want to do that now. Okay, and then you're going to stick these together. So I'm just going to cover the back. So I'm just going to lay that over the top. And just give that a minute to dry. Okay, whilst that's drying, I've got the base here. Now, what's going to happen is this is going to go, the bottom of this needs to go through the bottom of these 2. So you want to stick them together, but not through the middle, because this needs to move freely so that this can slide up for it to fold flat. So you want to sit this in there. You can see I'm just pinching the sides. And you can roughly see where you need to glue. You don't need to add a lot of glue. All I'm going to do is pop. You want to make sure you get it right to the end, but come in about 1 inch. So I'm just going to cover that area there. And then this area here. You want to keep the middle completely free. And you can kind of see this is the same width as this piece. So just you know, eyeball there, you can see that I've got plenty of space. And then I'm just going to stick those together and just make sure it all lines up. They're nice and flush with each other there. You can see that's going to stand up. So once that's dried, and then this is going to slide back in, and you can see already now how that starts to hold itself. Next, these are you're going to add glue to these tabs, and they're going to stick in like this. You see how nice and flat this is, and you can see there's a line just there. You want there to be the same gap under that line that you have with your matte layer here. Can you see this red gap I've got all the way around? That needs to be the same from that line down. So it's just a little guide for you. So I'm just going to put my glue on this one here and just fold that down. I can just see there where that needs to go, like so. And again, you can just see that, and you'll know it's in the right place because it's standing. So I'm just going to put my glue on this one. Once you've done these once, they will become easier and easier. It's just initially, you know, kind of getting them together and understanding kind of the order it all goes together. But now you see how that is. And then what will happen is that will slide up, make sure my glue's dry, inside, allowing you to be able to fold it flat and pop it in the envelope. And then when the person takes it out, it's already starting to expand, so they're going to know. And you just push it down, and that kind of lock that it will give you means that this is going to, you know, stand all of the kind of weight and balance everything that's going to be stuck on top. Okay, next you're going to stick this onto this piece, but you want to make sure that you're only sticking along this top part. These brads and all of this needs to hang. If I flip this over, there we go, you can see where I'm going to be sticking it. You want to make sure that the brads don't kind of interfere with that. You don't want them kind of catching on there. So, but it's best to do this when these are stuck on, because once you stick this on here, just things start to become a little bit more fiddly. So I'm just going to add some glue along there. And use these as like a gauge to make sure you're lining everything up. So I want to make sure that I get those, you know, kind of in the middle of this red piece, like so. Okay, now if you've got your other four, then you want to stick them on there. But what I would suggest is face them towards you again, so the characters are looking through here. Or if you want them back, you know, back to back, then fine. But that's what you would see, you know, if you do keep them that facing outwards. So I would recommend having them all facing you. Now what you'll get is this is kind of sticking out like so. So what I recommend is some foam strips. So these ones I've linked before, I've used them quite a lot. And you want to have your strip of foam. You can cut some foam down as well, but I want to make sure it's the same width as the red piece. And then I'm just going to flip this over, and I'm just going to pop it in here. Okay, like I said, everything I'm doing here you'll want to do if you are doubling this up, and then just fold that over. And what that's now going to do, untangle these, it allows them to swing. Oh, there we go. But it keeps that down. So I'm going to do the same on the back. Even though I'm not attaching any onto the back of this, I still want to stick that down. Otherwise your roof, when we attach them, that might just stick out and it, you know, look a bit odd. So again, I'm just going to run a strip of my foam. You can use foam pads if you've got them, as long as it's kind of hidden under there. Okay, like so. And then you want to attach these. So again, if you've got this one, you would just attach it on there. You can pop the rest of them through. All right, but I'm going to leave that one off. So now I want to stick this one on the front. You'll see it's going to all start to come together. And again, run some foam along the top of this piece here. So I'm just going to add a strip just there. By using the foam, it brings this out kind of in line with the brads and everything. So take that one off. And then you want this to cover this yellow piece here. And again, just make sure it's all equally spaced and lined up and nice and straight. Just stick that down like so. And then the back one here, you can just line this up now with the one that you've just stuck down. So again, I'm just going to add my foam onto there. Like so. If you want to add foam in here, you can. I don't think you need to. I actually just put some glue in there at the end, and I'll show you that in a minute. So this one, I'm just going to now line up with the top of the roof here. And then these will line up the little kind of circles on the side and that side there, and then just squeeze all that down. Okay, so now you'll see you've got those swinging, all stands up nicely. Now it does sit together because of the angle, but if you're worried, or I mean, to be honest, it looks nice when it's open. So if yours is like that, then I wouldn't worry. But I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue just in there, just to secure that. But you can see how nice and neat that looks. And then again, that will all fold up and that will fit into your envelope. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that back down. And then I've got my topper here. So what I'll do actually is I'll put my glue on there, put a bit more on there actually. And then that one is going to just line up like so. And then I have already prepared some of my little treats here. So we've got some popcorn. So let's give the pig some popcorn. Like so. And then I've also got my balloons here. So I'm going to pop the balloons behind the rooster there. And that just starts to tie in everything else. You could pop another, you know, bunch of balloons maybe here if you wanted to. But I think I'm happy with that. I might just pop a little flag here as well. Like so. Now you've got your tickets. You've got ticket stubs here. You could put a few of those together and maybe have them stuck here. You could pop them on the roof. But I think just to include these in here, I might actually put them on the back there. I think that looks quite nice. So I'm just gonna, let's do the yellow. Let's pop the blue in the middle. Ooh. And then the red. And then I'm just going to pop those in the centre there. It just gives it something on the back then as well. So there is the finished card. I think it's so sweet. I love these. Really fun to make. Thoroughly enjoyed putting all these cards together. And I'll just bring in this one again so you can see the difference there. You can see how I've paper pieced the roof. And then this one, I've just used that bottom part. I think they both look really nice. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope it explains how to put this card together. I'm not sure whether I don't know which is my favourite out of the three, whether it's the swing, the Ferris wheel, or the swinging boat. If you haven't seen those two, I'll link them up here now. Everything I've used today will be shared in the description box below. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll be back again very soon. Bye.